From the Fast Track Storm Center, this is a severe weather alert. Alright everyone, good evening. Fast Track Mason here with the Fast Track Storm Center coming to you because we now have a tornado warning that has been issued for northeastern Mercer County as well as northern Always County. As you can see here on live Fast Track Max Doppler radar. I was trying to bring her down on my phone, so I wouldn't hear it. But yeah, we have a new tornado warning right here for this storm that you see in northern Mercer, as well as northern Always County. Give me 1 second here while I get this going. This new tornado warning goes until 8:45 this evening, okay? So we are looking at these storms popping up very, very quickly, okay? Let me see here. Get my tablet pulled up here so we can get going with the storm. So I'm going to be here with you for a little bit, okay? Like I said, because of this tornado warning. Okay, so this is the storm that we are concerned about. Moving through Minden currently. It's already moving through Minden. This is going to be passing into the northwestern part of Always County. So this is from Minden all the way down just to the north of Buckland and over towards Cridersville. So if you live within this polygon, you need to be taking cover right now, okay? There has not been any sightings of a tornado on the ground at this point, but so this is all radar indicated, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put my velocity on. Let me see here. I'm on the wrong radar. I want to switch to the Wilmington radar. Come on. There we go. There we go. Crossing to the southeast of Minden. And getting ready to cross from Mercer County into Always County. This is where the rotation is right here that we are seeing here on the velocity. Remember, red is going away from the radar, which is down in Wilmington, and green is winds going towards the radar. So we have rotation right here on the velocity. This is near Neptune. There's a little community right here called Neptune in this area right here. This is to the southeast of Minden. So this will continue to cross into northwestern Always County. For those of you that live in far eastern, northeastern Mercer County, as well as northwestern Always County, need to be taking cover, okay? Again, there's no confirmation of a tornado on the ground, but there have been scans with velocity showing a rotation within the storm. I'm going to go ahead and put my debris tracker on, my correlation coefficient basically, and not seeing any debris signatures at this moment, so that is some good news, but certainly not something to take lightly. Just because we're not seeing any debris signatures within the storm right now, doesn't mean it's not a dangerous storm, okay? I'm going to go ahead and go back over to radar. And before I continue on, let me plug my phone in, so that way it doesn't die. Let's see here. So, but yeah, if you live in northeastern Mercer County and northwestern Always County, you need to be taking cover, okay? Give me 1 second here. All right. Anyway. It's just gonna have to be what it is, okay? But yeah, let me go ahead and zoom down in here, and we're gonna take a look and see where the rotation, see exactly which streets are in line for this storm. Again, this is a tornado warning if you're just joining me here on Facebook Live. This is a tornado warning for northeastern Mercer County and northwestern Always County until 8:45. If I call out a street name, I'm going to do some street level right here, some street spotting. If I call out a street name, get to your safe spot, okay? County Highway 200. What else? Mary Barber Road. Deep Cut Road. County Highway 71. Horn Road. To the east there we have Easley Road. County Highway 91. County Highway 210. Kuzith Loop Road. What else? Down here, County Road 66A. Kazooth Amanda Road. Swartz Road over towards County Highway 66A again. Loof Road. So basically this area of northwestern Auglaize County, if you're in northeastern Mercer County, you can your threat for this storm is almost over. So, but stay in your safe spot for a little bit longer, okay? Until I give you the all clear. But for those of you in northwestern Auglaize County, you need to be in your safe spot right now, okay? I just showed you some roads that are in the path of this storm, okay? Going back over to the velocity scans, you can see how well defined this rotation is. As again, we have reds going away from the radar, which is down southeast in Wilmington, Ohio. And then you have the greens going towards the Wilmington radar. And you put that together, that's when you have rotation with the storm, okay? And going back over to radar, you can see that's right in the center core of the storm. So that if there is a tornado, if a tornado does happen to touch down, it's going to be wrapped in rain, okay? Let's take a look at the shear. So putting on, this is the wind shear tracker that I have. This is something that I look at to see if there's any changing of the wind specifically in direction, specifically from ground all the way up at the upper levels of the atmosphere. And when we get some shear within a thunderstorm that could be potentially rotating, that's when you see these globs of blue sometimes on radar. And there is one just to the east of the county line of Mercer and Auglaize counties. So there is some shear going on within the storm, some turning of the winds with height in the atmosphere, okay? Let's see here. Go back over to my debris tracker. And you can see here, we're still not seeing any debris signatures with the storm, which is good. Yes, it looks like there is a little bit of some bright shading right there, but that is not debris, okay? It may look like it, but it's not, okay? If it was a debris signature, we would start seeing these reds we would start seeing these reds go to yellow, green, and eventually over the blue, okay? That's when we see the potential of some debris to occur with the storm, okay? But we're not seeing that right now. Again, this storm is moving to the east, like I said, at around 28 miles an hour is indicated here for the tornado warning. I'm actually going to go ahead and put a storm track on this storm, see if we can get some tracks. There you go, right there. We can get one from right here, from this part of the storm, moving to the east. So, not all that fast. It's moving to the east at around 28 miles an hour. And this box right here that you see, this is information on this particular storm, okay? Kind of tells me what it may have within it, okay? You can see it's not detecting any rotation or tornadoes with it right now, but the hail size could be less than 0.50 inches in diameter. That's small, okay? So not damaging, but still nonetheless, some hail could be possible with the storm, okay? There we go. Okay, so I just saw the warning change slightly. It looked like they cut back on the western part of this warning, so now Mercer County is no longer in a warning. So now it's just northern and northwestern Auglaize County still in this tornado warning until 8:45. Okay, so if you're in this area, like I said, to the northwest of Buckland, Cridersville, you need to be in your safe spot. Okay. Let's go back over to the velocity, and we are still seeing some rotation with the storm. Now keep in mind that we are looking higher within the storm. Okay, so we're looking a little bit further away than usual. Okay. I'm trying to plug my phone in, you guys. That way I don't lose you. There we go. There we go. I finally got it plugged in. Okay, there's a new update there from Live Fast Track Max Doppler radar. And you can see that rotation is just clear as day here on our velocity scans right here. I'm trying to readjust my camera. There we go. There you go, right here. So, if you live north of Buckland, to the north and northwest of Buckland, you need to be in your safe spot right now. Cridersville, safe spot. I'm going to go ahead and get a manual storm track on this to see exactly which towns are in line, okay? So give me 1 second here to get this set up. Now it's moving to the east at 30 miles per hour. We'll put it at 12 miles though. Cridersville 914, Fort Shawnee 919. So this area needs to be hunkered down at this point. Again, there's no sighting, there's not been any reports of a tornado on the ground, but this is definitely a strong indication that there is maybe even a funnel cloud or some sort of tornado trying to spin, okay? Let's go ahead and get some more roads. Again, if I call out a road, if I call out a street name that's familiar to you, it might either be, it's either your street or it might be one that's 5 minutes down the road from you. Either way, take cover, okay? This one right here, County Highway 200, like I said. Let's see if we can grab this one. Come on. County Highway 71. This intersection right here. County Highway 200 and County Highway 71. This intersection right here, if you live within this area, you need to be taking cover, okay? This rotation is very well defined now. Again, red away, green towards. This storm is wrapping up right now, okay? So again, this tornado warning goes until 8:45, like I said. Alright? There you go, 8:45 for this warning, this tornado warning. Let's see here what else we have on the map. Easley Road. I'm trying to grab this one. Williams Road. Yeah, that's Williams Road. That runs north to south. Kazoo Loop Road again. And then to the east there, County Highway 91. There we go. There's a new update there from Live Fast Track Max, okay? So we are looking at this storm like wrapping up. Let's see here if we have any debris. Okay, it looks like we do have a little bit of some debris. There is some, it looks like we do have what looks to be some debris now showing with the storm. This is going to be passing to the north and west of Buckland. So just take a look at this and take a moment to kind of absorb what is happening. This is in northern Auglaize County. Okay? This is so basically right here, take a look at this and take a moment to kind of absorb what is happening here. This is in northern Auglaize County. This is a signature that there's a possible, we call it a debris signature. Like I said, I don't know if this is a tornado on the ground or if this is debris that may have been lofted from winds. But either way, this is showing possible debris right here. So it's called a debris signature. You can see all the red that's around it here. This is to the northwest of Buckland, moving towards Cridersville. There's Cridersville right behind me. There's Buckland. This is to the north and northwest of Buckland. So this area. So if you're in northwestern Auglaize County, you need to be in your safe spot, as this is debris that has been lofted right here, either from a tornado that may be on the ground or from something else. I don't know, but either way, take cover. Better to have damage. Things can be replaced, okay? I don't want to hear of any injuries or deaths from tornadoes, from people, because people didn't get to their safe spot, okay? So this is to the northwest of Buckland, like I said. This is moving towards the east, towards Cridersville, which is right behind me. There you go. You can see Cridersville right here. So we are seeing what looks to be debris on this product right now. And the way that the correlation coefficient works is, as the radar beam goes out, it scans and it can hit everything that's in the atmosphere. And what it does is that it starts to see if things are non-uniform, meaning it's not a hailstone, it's not a water droplet, but sees things that may be longer in one axis than shorter than the other. Talking about either possibly trees being lifted up or pieces of buildings. It sees that it's non-meteorological items. And when it sees it in such a confined spot, like what we're seeing here, right here with the storm, it creates what's called a debris signature. So it's very likely that we are seeing some debris that has been lofted right now in northwestern Auglaize County. So Buckland, get to your safe spot. Cridersville as well. Cridersville, this is still way off to the west of you, but you are under this tornado warning, okay? Let me get you some roads here where we're seeing this at. There we go. Okay, so this is out of Auglaize County now. So I wonder if this may be from damaging winds. Let me go back over to velocity scans. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell now, again, because we're looking. It's hard to tell really where this is because we're looking further away. We're looking up higher in the storm. So I actually have what's called the terminal radar at the Dayton Airport. Oh, here you go. Okay, this is a brand new image here. Yeah, to the north of Buckland is where we're seeing this right here. Still a little bit hard to tell. Yeah, to the northwest. That's actually where we're seeing it. Right here. This is about to pass right over. What is this? Commons Road. We also have, what is this one? County Highway 11. Down here. Monroe Road. To the north of there, we have County Highway 210. And then National Road. We also have Balsher Road. And then, yeah, it's this area right now that looks to be under the gun for this possible tornado, this potential of a tornado, for a tornado to touch down, okay? As we are seeing this rotation right here, terminal radar, which is the closest radar that can look towards this storm. The terminal radar is located at the Dayton Airport, okay? So because the Wilmington radar is a little bit more further away, so we were looking up higher within the storm. So the debris signature that we saw, that could have been lofted a little bit higher up in the atmosphere, the way that the radar beam works. But still, just because that debris signature is to the north now, and not co-located within the storm, not co-located with where the rotation is, doesn't mean it's not a dangerous situation. I still want you all in that safe place right now, because just think about this. Even if there's not a tornado with this storm, there still could be some very strong damaging winds, okay? And so that's why it's very important that you get to a safe spot. You got to get to that basement, those interior bathrooms, that interior hallway that you have, that stairwell. Get under something sturdy like a workbench, a table, something, basically something to protect yourself from flying debris. Cover yourself with mattresses, blankets, pillows. If you have a helmet, or if you have kids that have helmets, like a bike helmet, football helmet, baseball helmet, it doesn't matter which type of helmet it is, okay? Just either way, get the helmets on you and your kids and put them on, because the number one leading cause with fatalities from tornadoes is head trauma to the head, okay? Because of flying debris. So that's why it's imperative that you get to that safe spot, you get those helmets on right now. We are still seeing this rotation right here. So just to let you know, the terminal radar is delayed a little bit, so this may not update right away. So, but we are seeing this storm still with rotation, okay? I'll go ahead and clear these roads off, and we're going to zoom out, and we're going to get a storm track on this and see exactly who's in line for this storm. Okay, we are also, there's also seems to be another area of possible rotation down here to the northeast of Chickasaw. This is going to be crossing in southwestern Auglaize County to north between St. Mary's and New Bremen, so we'll have to watch that, okay? But this is the focus right here. This area is the focus right now, okay? I'm going to go ahead and try to get some a track on this storm, if I possibly can. That's going to be heading to the southeast. That's not the most intense part of the storm. That is the storm, but that's not the most dangerous part of the storm. Let me get a manual storm track going on this. Hold on, I don't want to do that one. I don't want to do a squall track. I want to do Cridersville 911, 917 Fort Shawnee. So Cridersville, it's coming, okay? Okay? And put the live scan on so we can get live updates from the radar. You can see here as we zoom out and we put the radar back on. We zoom in. You see this storm now in northern Auglaize County, the most to the south of where the rotation is. Okay, I don't know if we're getting a new update or what. There we go. Okay, so this is a brand new image right here. I hardly use the terminal radar, folks. Okay, but this is a brand new image here. To the south of where the rotation is, Buckland, there could be some, you could be dealing with some hail, some heavy rain and some hail, frequent lightning with the storm as well. Let me go ahead and switch back to the Wilmington radar, because it appears that the terminal radar is not wanting to keep up very good. Okay, so we have to put the angle at something else. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell because we're right in between where this rotation is. We're between radar sites, okay? This is from the Northern Indiana radar. It's kind of hard to tell now because of the velocity fields. Let's see here. Go back to the terminal radar. There's the radar. Go to velocity. Okay, it's really hard to tell exactly where this rotation is now because of the storm being so far away between radar sites. But looks like it's still within this area right here. Right in this area here is where it could still be at. But like I said, I'm watching that area to the south near, not Cridersville, in southeastern Mercer County. What is that again? That would be Chickasaw. Okay, it looks like it's weakened now. Go with storm relative. CC. Let's actually check the shear. See how it's looking. Hard. Okay, this is the rotation tracker right here. This tracks the progression of the rotation, okay? And you see where, like I said, where these globs of blue are, that's where the storm has had the rotation with it, okay? So this right here is the path of the rotation ever since the storm was in northeastern Mercer County, okay? That's what this path of blue means. This is, like I said, it's called the rotation tracker. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. We'll stick with radar at this point because it's kind of hard to tell right now where this is because of the velocity fields. So I'm going to continue to track this using radar. There we go. There's a new image there from Live Fast Track Max Doppler radar. And it looks like the storm, looks like the rotation kind of spreading out. Wait, hold on. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me do something here. Velocity. I'm trying to get a different angle, a different look from the velocities. Actually, I want the hybrid. This is what's called the hybrid radar. Okay. There's a storm track for that storm right there near St. Mary's. And that's going to be heading out to the northeast, okay? There's a storm track right here for this one. Cridersville, 844. That's not centered on where the rotation is, though. However, I go back over to the live radar. I want to show you guys something, okay? So you notice how we were watching the rotation right within this area here, right within this part of the storm. Well, that looks like it's weakened now, but now we're seeing this between Buckland and Wapakoneta. This is just to the west of I-75 and Interstate 75. This right here we'll have to watch. This back end where it's starting to curve right here. I wonder if we may get a new warning for this right here, because this looks like now it's going to be the threat area, whereas this is weakened up here. I can't see the rotation, but let me check the velocity on this. Let's put velocity because this is a little bit more downstream. Okay. Not seeing anything clear, so kind of hard to tell right now. But we'll watch it. But for right now, I'm going to assume that the rotation is still right here. In this area here, I would say if I had to pinpoint where this exactly is right now, I would say it's over the top of Cridersville. If not, the most dangerous part of the storm is about to cross into Cridersville. This is passing over Interstate 75. There's Interstate 75 right here that runs north to south through Auglaize County, all the way up into the east side of Fort Shawnee, which is just outside of the viewing area. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get a track. Nope. Not even getting any shear markers. We'll also have to watch this storm right here as well. This to the south of Chickasaw, because of this little appendage right here that's showing right here where you have an inflow, and you have the rain wrapping around. Okay, there's a new update right there. There's a new update from Live Fast Track Max. Okay, and you can just see how quickly Live Fast Track Max scans the skies and gets me those live updates. That way I can relay this to you guys. Okay, but yeah, we'll watch this storm down here as well. It's now to the northwest of Minster. Again, if you are joining me here on Facebook Live, I've been on the air for the past few minutes now, covering a tornado warning that was issued for both Auglaize and Mercer County, but now it's just Auglaize County. Still remains in effect until 8:45. Okay, still watching for this storm right here that we have been watching for the past few minutes now, with the potential of producing a tornado. Okay. Let me check something here. Let me see if there's any updates from the National Weather Service. Okay, looks like we got a couple reports. Okay. We got a couple reports of funnel clouds that came in. Okay, looks like the National Weather Service, they're going to go ahead and let the tornado warning expire. But it looks like there was a couple reports of funnel clouds. In fact, I can pop them up here on my map. There we go, right there. So, like I said, the tornado warning, this tornado warning right here, that's going to be allowed to expire at 8:45. So the National Weather Service is just going to let this go, okay? As the rotation has certainly weakened. But you notice right here, these are storm reports right here that have came in from the National Weather Service. These are both reports of funnel clouds. This one, there was a report of a funnel cloud to the north of Salina, and there was another one reported to north of St. Mary's. Again, this is just to the south of where this tornado warning was, but still, like, it's associated with the same exact storm. So it looks like we did have a little bit of some funnel cloud activity in both areas, St. Mary's and Salina. But it doesn't look like we had any touchdowns though, as I did not see any debris signatures. Okay. So you see here, yeah, funnel cloud in St. Mary's, and then one in Salina. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and see where this rotation is. Is it still here? Looks like it's right here. Looks like it's just to the southwest of Cridersville. Let me see here. Where it was. Okay, so it looks like the most dangerous part of the storm is now crossing to Allen County, which is where Lima is. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so if you live in northwestern Auglaize County, in northern Auglaize County, I would say you are pretty much okay to come out, as the storm is getting ready to pass on by. There's a new update from Live Fast Track Max. There's another update right there. Again, like I said, Live Fast Track Max is really good about getting these scans every 60 seconds. So like that scan that you just saw, that's 60 seconds. Right there. So we have 1 minute left on this tornado warning. Yeah, so it looks like the rotation did cross into Allen County. It did. So that's good. Let's check and see the debris tracker. Again, this is correlation coefficient, which is basically my debris tracker. Just looking here to see if we have any new indications of possible debris, and it doesn't look like we do. So that's good. Although, like I said earlier, we did see indications of debris right there. So right there to the south of Spencerville, right here, there's Spencerville. There's that area of possible debris that we saw earlier. That was right around there, 8:26. Then that. Come on. At 8:24 rather, is what it looks like. Yeah, 8:24, that debris signature appeared, and then it shrunk. And that crossed into Allen County. Yeah, so it looks like the storm, the rotation has weakened. We're watching some other storms off to the southwest while we have the moment here. And there you go. That tornado warning is now officially expired for Auglaize County. So Auglaize County, you are okay to come out of your safe spot now, as the storm has certainly passed on by. I'll continue to keep an eye on the storm, though. While we have the moment here, though, you can see here to the south of where this one is. We are watching a few others. I am watching a few other cells here. One to the east of Coldwater, another one to the east of Chickasaw that's also located to the north of Minster, and another one that's moving right over the top of Anna. These not severe, but could have some strong gusty winds, some heavy rain, and some lightning as well. So I appreciate everyone that tuned in to this live stream for this tornado warning. If I will keep an eye on Live Fast Track Max as we head throughout the evening. If I have any other warning, I will be back on to pass them along to you. Like I said, I'll keep an eye on this as much as possible until the storm has completely moved out of the area. So you guys take care, stay safe, and keep it here to the Fast Track Storm Center for any new updates I may have for you guys as these storms continue to move through, alright? But for now, though, you guys take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.